There's nothing more exciting than sitting at the end of the runway with 2 miles of pavement in front of you, and you say to the person beside you, "Shall we go?" "Yes, we shall." I flew 38 years before I was injured. My wife Isabel and I, we were just out at McKenna State Park, big beach in Maui, and we were just in the water cooling off. So the wave came and we dove, and I got twisted around, and the wave drove my head in the sand. And I said, "Well, I'll just swim up and we'll be on our way." But nothing moved. And the last thing I remember is Isabel grabbed me and screamed, "Help," and I died. I'd spent maybe 1 day in the hospital before I was injured. I knew nothing about the medical system. Learning about spinal cord injuries, learning about living in a wheelchair, living with hospital equipment, advocating for my health care. It's overwhelming. I use technology for everything. Obviously, my wheelchair head controller is not a fancy headrest. It has 5 buttons in it. That's how I drive my wheelchair. The limitations is if someone bends my head array, it's like spraining your ankle, right? I can turn left, but I can't turn right. If I want to turn my head, I'll turn my machine off. All I can do is turn my head. That's all I've got. Now I'm limited.
One day, I was at the airport. I was waiting for my flight, and I saw a girl in a wheelchair. She could not move her hands or her legs, and she was constantly talking to her father where to go because she could not control her wheelchair. But she had a great smile. You know, those kind of big smile that you cannot forget about it. So at that moment, we thought that, maybe we could use our technology to translate that smile into commands to control her wheelchair. So the Willy is the first ever computer program capable of translating facial expressions into commands to control a wheelchair. It's a combination of Intel NUC, because it's a mini PC, very small but powerful, and also the Intel RealSense cameras. Those cameras are able to capture facial expressions in a more precise way than any other technology can do right now. And then we design a robot to place over the joystick.
One of the biggest challenges for companies like HOOBOX, they are lacking some part of the technical chain. They really know how a product like the Wheelie can be used for very beneficial purposes, and we have the expertise about the technologies. This could include hardware, software expertise, data science. So we're able to use AI in different and more powerful ways.
Without the help of the Intel AI technology, we could not have this level of high precision that we have right now in the Wheelie. We could not build this very optimized algorithm to classify facial expressions in real time and give the response in less than 100 milliseconds.
So Jim, tell us what was it like using the wheel?
What a system. In less than 10 minutes, I was driving my wheelchair back and forth, turning left and right, starting, stopping. And I could already tell it was improving.
Jim always talks about people just seeing the wheelchair and they literally will cross the street so that they don't interact because they don't know what to do. It looks like a big, we call it, what, the suit of armor.
My suit of armor, yeah.
It is partially because of this. And I think if you were just with something in front like this, it'd be easy for people that come in.
Yeah,
big,
I know, what
right?
a difference.
Right? That's huge.
That human touch.
It was actually pretty emotional.